Mark believed he had a normal financial life, but something constantly felt wrong. He worked full-time, earned a decent salary, and paid his bills responsibly every month. Despite doing everything society told him to do, his bank account always looked empty before the next paycheck arrived. Every month followed the same frustrating pattern that slowly drained his motivation and confidence. On payday, his balance looked healthy, promising, and full of opportunity for the coming weeks. Yet only a short time later, the numbers would shrink quickly without any obvious explanation. Mark did not gamble, waste money on luxury mansions, or take extravagant vacations across the world. Still, something invisible kept pulling money out of his life faster than he could replace it. One quiet evening, he finally opened his banking app and studied every transaction carefully. What he discovered that night completely changed how he understood his financial situation. Welcome to Unspoken Finance. On this channel, we talk about side hustles, AI money opportunities, and real financial stories that reveal the money lessons nobody teaches in school. Because sometimes the biggest financial mistakes are the ones we don't even notice. And Mark was about to discover 12 silent money traps draining his future. The first discovery was parked quietly outside his apartment building in the dim parking lot. His car looked beautiful, modern, and impressive to almost anyone passing by. It had soft leather seats, a massive touchscreen dashboard, and a smooth engine that felt powerful. However, beauty quickly faded when Mark remembered the uncomfortable truth behind the vehicle. Every single month he paid over $500 just to keep driving it. At that moment he realized he had not purchased transportation, but financed an expensive lifestyle symbol. The car lost value every single day while the payment stubbornly remained the same. Mark suddenly understood that car payments quietly slow financial progress for many hardworking people. The second realization happened when he opened a drawer inside his bedroom. Inside the drawer sat several smartphones that once represented the latest technology available. Each device had been exciting when he bought it, promising faster speed and better cameras. However, those older phones still worked perfectly despite being replaced by newer models. Mark remembered upgrading almost every year simply because advertisements encouraged the habit. The upgrades had never been necessary, yet the spending happened automatically without serious thought. He realized many people chase small technology improvements while ignoring their financial consequences. The third discovery appeared clearly when Mark examined his credit card statements carefully. At first, the cards seemed harmless because they offered rewards and convenient purchasing power. However, hidden beneath the benefits was a quiet system constantly charging interest on balances. Every month, a portion of his income disappeared toward interest payments that produced nothing valuable. That realization felt like throwing money away simply because he could not wait to pay cash. Mark finally understood that credit card interest quietly grows against people instead of helping them. The next pattern revealed itself when he reviewed his spending on food delivery services. Ordering dinner had always felt harmless after long and exhausting workdays. Yet the math told a completely different story once the fees and tips were included. Meals that normally cost $15 suddenly cost $30 or even $40 delivered. Mark realized he was not paying only for food, but paying heavily for convenience. Over time, those small decisions had drained hundreds of dollars every single month. Another discovery appeared while reviewing dozens of online shopping transactions. Many purchases came from moments when boredom quietly replaced meaningful activities in his life. A few clicks on a shopping app often felt exciting during quiet evenings at home. However, most of the items arrived and quickly lost their importance after the initial excitement disappeared. Some packages remained unopened while others gathered dust in forgotten corners of the apartment. Mark realized impulse shopping had slowly become an expensive habit rather than a useful solution. Then Mark examined his long list of monthly subscriptions and digital memberships. Streaming services, productivity apps, and online memberships quietly charged his account every month. Some of these services had not been opened or used for several months. Individually, the payments looked small, harmless, and easy to ignore at first glance. Together, they formed a steady stream of money leaving his account without delivering real value. In the corner of his living room sat another symbol of hopeful spending. A stationary exercise bike waited silently beside an unused workout machine purchased years earlier. Both items had been bought during brief bursts of motivation and ambitious health goals. However, motivation disappeared quickly while the equipment remained untouched and forgotten. Mark realized fitness was never about expensive equipment, but about consistent daily discipline. While reviewing entertainment expenses, he noticed an outdated service still charging his account monthly. The cable television bill reached nearly $200 every single month. Yet Mark watched only a handful of channels and ignored the rest completely. Streaming services could provide the same entertainment for far less money overall. He realized some bills remain active simply because people forget to question them. Another memory returned involving expensive seminars and online coaching programs promising success. Advertisements had convinced him that success required purchasing expensive knowledge from experts. However, much of that information was already freely available through books and online videos. The real problem had never been information but consistent action and disciplined execution. Then Mark considered the expensive routines he once called necessary self-care activities. Spa treatments, luxury grooming services, and indulgent spending often promised relaxation and happiness. However, many of those comforts had been purchased with money he actually could not afford. True peace should reduce financial pressure instead of quietly increasing long-term stress. Finally, Mark faced the most uncomfortable truth hiding behind many spending decisions. Much of his spending had been influenced by the desire to impress other people. Expensive clothes, stylish gadgets, and impressive purchases often gained temporary attention from others. However, those same people never helped pay his bills or support his future goals. Mark realized real wealth rarely announces itself loudly or demands constant recognition. That night, Mark wrote a simple sentence on a piece of paper. The sentence was short, but its meaning felt incredibly powerful and unforgettable. Real wealth is quiet, disciplined, and focused on long-term stability instead of temporary attention. From that moment forward, Mark began changing small financial habits slowly and intentionally. He questioned unnecessary spending, reduced financial leaks, and focused on meaningful priorities. Months later, something surprising began happening inside his bank account. The balance slowly started growing instead of disappearing before the end of each month. For the first time in many years, Mark felt something far more valuable than money itself. He finally felt peace. If this story made you rethink how money quietly disappears, subscribe to Unspoken Finance. Because on this channel, we break down the hidden psychology of money, side hustles, and financial decisions that shape your future. And before you go, comment one word below: discipline. Because discipline is the real currency of wealth.